Good morning on this very wet and wintry day in Perth, Western Australia, on the 7th day of June 2019, which becomes a 34/7 day. So today is a bit of a nothing day, really. Well, not a nothing day, but a day that you should take time out to maybe do nothing, a time out to to meditate, to look after your physical body, health-wise. And it's a day of expressing the joy that is within your heart. And that's why I decided to come in today and have a little bit of a chat. I feel very joyous. Since the new moon, I have been having a lot of inspirational ideas of what I'm going to do when I go back to Egypt. And I've been in the midst of change for quite some time and not really knowing which way to go and not finding the right place, so on and so forth, especially since I left I gave up the Luxor Light Retreat Centre. Since I gave up the retreat centre, I really enjoyed having my own house in Luxor, and it's at the foot of Thoth Hill, so the energy is really powerful there. And it's just my place, it's right at the edge of Luxor, the edge of the desert and at the foot of the hill. And it's away from everything. And I'm a bit of a recluse, so I really like that. And I'm really looking forward to going back, but at the same time, I'm really enjoying my time here in Perth with my family and with my friends, and making new connections, because that has been really good. And so when I go back to Luxor, my focus is going to be finding a space for my clinic, which has always been my drive for a very long time. And this clinic, I'm going to focus more this time on what I can offer to the people that are visiting, the tourists that are visiting Luxor, because of the energies that I carry and what I can open in people. It is really good to be able to have a session with me, or several sessions even before you go to Egypt, actually, to prepare your bodies and things for what you're going to open to or connect to, and the people that you may connect to. And I can help you with all this sort of understanding of what actually goes on. But anyway, today I feel really quite excited, I suppose. So I believe in putting action into energy. My energy feels joyous. My energy feels excited at the ideas, at a space that I hadn't even thought of. After having a chat with somebody last night, it popped into my head, and I decided that I'm going to follow up on that when I get back. And now I'm really keen to go back. But it's very hot, so I'm not going back yet. I still have things to do here. But anyway, I am very excited, so I'm putting energy behind that. And the new moon is always a good time to put our intentions forward. And so we're a few days out of the new moon now. It was Monday, now it's Friday. So things are starting to come. Take notice of your dreams. Take notice of the signs and symbols. There's the whole... lots of, triple numbers, double numbers, all that sort of thing happening. Yesterday I did a YouTube video, and it just so happened, and it was about the ego, walking hand in hand with the ego. And when I finished and put it together, the interesting thing was that it ran for 15 minutes and 15 seconds. It's a 15-15, and 15 in the tarot is the devil card. So 15 has a lot to do with the ego, and I was talking about the ego. And 15-15 is something that we really should take notice of. 15-15 is actually having gone beyond that and have mastered the ego, and capturing those energies is a really joyous space. So after I put that out yesterday, And then I actually watched it myself, and the energies were really humming in my body. Then I did some work, some healing clients, and then I went back and listened again. And the first time I listened to it, it really brought tears up in me, because I didn't record this yesterday. I just transferred it from one of my other files from SoundCloud and put it on YouTube instead. I actually recorded it, I think last year, I don't know when. But I put it together in a new format. And when I listened to it, because I haven't listened to it obviously for a long time, because I do this work and don't necessarily listen to it all again. But when I listened to it, it really brought up some emotion. And I felt really connected in a beautiful way, in a loving way, to my ego. And I remember many times over the years where I have moved through some healing phases or initiations, if you like, and I have felt that I had lost myself, the personality that I knew as me, and I didn't really know who I was anymore. And this would happen many times. And obviously, because of the work that I do and my awareness, I knew what it was. But sometimes it was, but I don't want to lose that part of me. I like that part of me. But, you have to get used to that. We change. And I don't know whether I just picked some of that back up again or not. But, there's phases when you feel a little bit lost and a little bit like, who am I? And there's no answer to that question, by the way, who am I? But there's these times when we feel this loss or this grieving, because we are moving from one phase to another as we grow and evolve. And we let go of parts of our ego. And or we transform those parts of our ego into something more positive, into an aspect, because we all need ego. If we didn't have it, we wouldn't do anything. We wouldn't, there would be no need. We would just sit and just be. And that's okay if that's your path, to just sit and just be. But if you have a path that you want to be, you feel driven towards doing, then we need the ego in its most positive form. And anyway, I've totally lost my train of thought of where I was going with that. But anyhow, there's lots of, coming back to the fact that this is a really joyous day, and I want to share some of that joy. So I decided that I'd come and just do a little card reading for the weekend, just see what pops up, and also just to have a little chat with you. And I intend to do some light codes of Thoth a little later today, and bring some more energies through from that, given that I live at Thoth Hill and I'm missing Thoth Hill at the moment. And so I'm going to have a little chat, bring some of that through. The codes of Thoth help to awaken the wisdom within us. And we are all very wise beings. And so these codes help to activate what you already have within you. And we can do this anywhere. It doesn't have to be in Egypt, but if people are in Egypt, and by the way, I have an 11/11 Nile cruise in November, and we travel from Luxor to Aswan on a luxury traditional dahabeah. Dahabeah is an Egyptian yacht, and we stop at temples along the way every day. And we do meditation, and we talk all things, keys, codes, light codes, various opportunities for healing. And just a trip to Egypt in itself is healing. Help you to anchor what is yours, help you to awaken those codes within you so that you can move forward on your path, your soul's path. And but I'm going to bring some through for something today. I don't know what it's going to be yet, but hopefully you'll be listening along a little bit later or following along to capture those. And of course, it doesn't have to be today. It can be any day. So let's just have a little shuffle and see what's going on today. What is the message for us today. And interesting that I spoke about the ego and letting go of parts of us, because the first card that flew out is the death card. So the death card is saying, yes, that there is a part of us, either a part of your personality, ego, or there is a part of your life or journey that is ending now. It's finishing, it's dying off, it's done, it's time. And, this is also card, it's card number 13. 13 is very much about alchemy, magic, alchemy and transformation. And interesting that I was talking about Thoth, because he's the god of wisdom and magic and writing. And so this is about transformation, moving from one phase into another. And when you feel joyous, usually that means that you're in the rebirth phase. So we have like 3 phases. We have the death phase, where we feel a bit down or depressed, or even in the dark night of the soul. It depends what it is that you're moving through, of course. So that's the death phase. And then after the death phase, of course, we have the rebirthing. And in the rebirthing, you'll feel joyous and happy and woohoo. And then we have a bit of a null zone phase where it's like the calm before the storm, if you like, and it's also that settling down and integrating. So this is saying that somebody or something is going through an endings phase, that it's time to just let go, and let go with love, because there is always something new just around the corner. And growth is the most important thing, to acknowledge what have you learned, what has come from that previous cycle. So letting all things go and stepping, how wonderful is this? Stepping out and braving the fears that maybe you were too scared to do before. So this is the Fool, and he says, dare to be brave, dare to actually be footloose and fancy free. And you see, he's just heading off. He's just got that little bag. He hasn't got much. He's not taking much with him. And this reminds me of something that I've wanted to talk about for a while. And it's that a lot of people say to me, oh, I can't begin my step into my being a healer or being this or being whatever yet, because I haven't yet healed my own life, or I haven't yet, I haven't got the right space, or, something like that. I haven't got a room, or I haven't got a healing room, whatever. And, this is me. My life lesson is a 22. So I walk the life of the Fool. Maybe in more ways than one. But I walk this path and have done for a very long time. I've never let anything get in front of me in my way. And I work 7 days a week. I always work, giving of my gifts, and I have done for a long time as a single mum, bringing up 3 kids with, sometimes hardly even enough money to put food on the table. But I did it because it's what I believed in, and I trusted all the way that I would always be provided for, and I was. And for some period of time, I didn't have a home either, and I just wandered for about 4 years. And I just needed, sometimes I just needed my car and my laptop and my suitcase, and I would go from, my brother's house to my mother's house to, back and forth, wherever, and just, stopping here and there. And then sometimes I would go to Egypt. And you might say, yeah, but I can't afford to do that. But do you know what? You can. And the thing is that abundance is not how much money you have in the bank. Abundance is being in the flow and knowing that what it is meant to be and what you truly desire will be provided for you. And that's what this guy's saying. He's saying this to you. You can do anything. Just be willing to do it. You might have to make some sacrifices. Sure, I'm sure a lot of people wouldn't have wanted to make some of the sacrifices I've had to make, but I truly believe in my path, and I don't feel lacking in any way. I feel very abundant, and I am very abundant. And it's all a matter of how we think and how we see things. And, you know, even now I am staying in my son's house. So I could say, okay, I don't have a healing room. I don't have an office. I don't have this. I don't have that. It doesn't stop me. I just do it wherever I am. And even if I was sitting in the car, you know, I would do it in the car. And in fact, I have done that. I remember, I think only last year even, not this year, but last year, at times when I've come back to Australia and I've been running, you know, my youngest son around because he didn't have a driver's license or it was not, whatever, to different appointments and things. And I would wait for him. And I would sit in the car with my phone, and I would do my healing sessions. I would meditate in the car and do my healing sessions because I couldn't fit in to work at home and get him to his appointments in time. So I just changed the way I worked and do it wherever. You can do it. There is no reason for excuse. In this day with modern technology, there's no reason why you can't be in touch with your clients, with your prospective clients. I remember sitting in the doctor's surgery with my mother for all of her appointments. She had lung cancer when I was caring for her. And I would be working while I was waiting for my mum to go through her appointments. And I would just be working. Nobody knows that I was working. I'm just sitting there with my phone, still posting my posts on Facebook, still, you know, finding things to help to try and inspire other people. I never stop. So the Fool is asking you today to step out on a limb, trust that everything that you need will be provided for, and be a little bit footloose and fancy free. Let go of control of things have to be a certain way. I have a fantastic life, and I have never let any of those things get in the way. Sure, I may have my days where I go boo-hoo, you know, we all have those days. But the thing is that's the ego. So we're still talking ego. That's the ego. It wants to, you know, make us feel like crap. And so if you want to be abundant, and here she is, the Empress, showing all of her, you know, she's got the harvest coming in. So this is saying, you know what? When you die to the old, let the old go. Step into that footloose and fancy-free fool that some may say is a fool. Be that footloose and fancy-free. Totally trust that the universe is going to provide. Your harvest is going to come in. You actually have it. It's all there. You are abundant. You have everything you need. She's totally got this. She's got this in the bag. She's totally mastering it. And you can too. So I think that's probably, no, we have another one. Here we go. Oh my gosh. And when you are totally footloose, fancy-free, your higher self is really shining down on you and helping you to really heal those parts of yourself, masculine and feminine parts of yourself. And maybe there's some love coming into your life because this is the card of the Lovers. And we're in the month of June, the month of Gemini, and that's the twins, a month of the twin flames. Actually, just reminded me that I said I was going to do some more stuff on twin flames this month, and that was a few days back now. But so this is it. Look, here we are. We're in the month of twin flames, twin souls and soulmates, love in general. It's a coming together, as I mentioned in one of my earlier videos this week, there is a coming together, and you can see this happening here. But for this coming together to happen, you have to let go of the old. You really do. You have to let go of the old, what doesn't serve you anymore. And you really have to step into that footloose and fancy-free feeling, because you can't attract the good to you if you're feeling all clogged up and bogged down. And then the beautiful harvest coming forward, and it looks like there's this coming together, as in the dreams that I had earlier in the week. That's 4 cards. I think we're going to go for 6 cards today, because 6 is the energy of love. And so here we have Ace showing us that there's new beginnings. So maybe you are in a relationship already and things have been a little bit tough, and you need to die off to the old and let go of the way that you used to do things and do things in a new way, because being offered a new opportunity here with new energy, really this is a chance to make things change and walk through a new gateway, bring it forth into a more positive scenario for yourself. Some of the cards are mixed up, they're not supposed to be. And so the 6th card is Temperance. So this is all about, balance and keeping a check on your temperance. So being more balanced, and also remembering here, see this triangle, lifting your heart and being more, raising your consciousness. So this is like, there's a crown here as well, This is what's on offer, the mastery. Master your emotions, take control, and keep it all on an even keel. And she's got 1 foot, he, whatever, 1 foot in the water there. So, when you at 1 foot in, 1 foot out. So be in touch with your emotions, be in control of your emotions, watch your temper. You certainly don't want to spoil things when this new cycle that you're stepping into. So that's the 6 cards for today. And I really hope that you're going to have an awesome weekend. And I will be doing some more videos. And I look forward to seeing your comments. Please do comment on my, put a thumbs up for me if you can, subscribe to my YouTube channel, share on throughout. And if you would like to know any more about the upcoming 1111 keys of codes of light, da-di-da-di-da, on the Nile in November 11/11, great time for twin flames, by the way. We have an awesome time, and it's a great trip, and I'd love to share Egypt with you. Please just check in with me if I can help you with anything else, any soul coaching, any please just check in and we can have a chat about the best way that I can help you. And if you'd like to move forward, if you're feeling stuck, then I'd really like to help you with that, and help you to understand your energy field and what's going on and where you're at in your growth period, because that's my specialty, to be able to help people to know exactly where they're at energetically, because I can see that in your field, and then I'm able to help you. And it's a bit of a share thing. I can help to teach you how to understand and how to keep it moving forward, and you get to learn what is down, what is up, and some of that sort of stuff. So that's it really. Over and out from me. Love you. Thanks for checking in. Bye.